Speaking of tapping out, Netflix taps Stranger Things creators to helm live-action Death Note series. So, following the conclusion of Stranger Things' fourth season, series
They're
creators
gonna
Matt
tap
and Ross
that Death
Duffer,
Note ass.
they've revealed that they're intent on not only keeping their creative endeavors at Netflix, but also continuing on in the world of mystery horror with the live-action adaptation of writer. It's fucking Death Note. I don't need to read their names.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're planning now to do a series instead of the sequel movie that previously we had talked about, and it's going to be unrelated to the previous one. So, as announced in a Deadline exclusive published on July 6th, the sibling creative team have formed a new production company, Upside Down Pictures, through which they will work on several new projects for the streaming giant. According to the brothers, Upside Down will strive to create, quote, stories that take place at the beautiful crossroads where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, where big spectacle coexists with intimate character work, where heart wins out over cynicism. That definitely sounds like Death Note, heart winning out over cynicism. Placed in charge of this new venture is Hilary Levitt, a former BBC America and MRC employee whose credits include various contributions to shows such as Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and Ozark. Of Levitt's hiring, the brothers explained in a statement, quote, "It didn't take long into our first meeting with Hilary, where we bonded over films like Jaws, Home Alone, and Speed to know we had found a kindred spirit." Quote, "Hilary's passion for storytelling is perhaps matched only by her passion for the storytellers themselves, for whom she is fiercely protective," they added. Quote, no wonder so many writers and directors are drawn to working with her. She is a rare talent indeed, and we feel extremely grateful to have her at our side as we build Upside Down Pictures. In her own statement, Levitt told the press, quote, "I remember the first movie I saw in the theater and the first VHS tape I got for Christmas. The first international one sheet I bid for on eBay because it was cooler than the domestic. And the first time I met Matt and Ross. All of these seminal moments have led to this ridiculously cool opportunity to build a company with the Duffer brothers where we produce movies and television because we love movies and television. This love is at the core of Upside Down Pictures, where we're able to collaborate with other artists on projects across a full spectrum of genre. We all love what we do and are excited to do more and more." As per Variety, once they wrap up Stranger Things with its upcoming 5th season, the brothers will proceed to work on at least 5 projects, including the aforementioned live-action Death Note series, a new series from Dark Crystal Age of Resistance creators Jeffrey Addis and Will Matthews, a series based on Stephen King and Peter Straub's 1984 novel The Talisman, as adapted by Stranger Things co-EP, whatever the fuck that is, and writer Curtis Gwynn, and
executive producer, probably.
Probably, yeah. Alongside both Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment and Paramount Television. A stage play based on the world of Stranger Things. Why?
Ooh.
Currently set to be developed by UK stage producer Sonia Friedman and the Crown director Stephen Daldry. Look, they've got so many things on their plate now. I don't even know how they're going to fucking do any of this. And finally, a live-action Stranger Things spin-off.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Isn't Stranger Things already live action since it's, people?
Sorry, no, they mean that they're going to do a spin-off.
Oh,
yes,
okay. It's going to...
Yes, they
okay,
just
so I was just like, what the fuck? When did this animate?
They're going to do a spin-off series that's different from the main series. It takes place in the same universe.
Instead of Magic the Gathering, it's going to be based around... instead of Dungeons and Dragons, it's going to be based around Magic the Gathering.
I'd like it if Netflix just gives us a fucking new season of Dark Crystal. Like,
Magic might as well be Magic or Dungeons and Dragons. They literally have a Dungeons and Dragons set too now.
What I was gonna say is the Dark Crystal. I want a season 2. The fucking thing ended on a cliffhanger, basically. Like there was fucking room for a season 2 because it's a prequel to the movie. So it's like there's a huge gap still between what they set up in the prequel to what the movie is. and Netflix canceled that shit because it was too expensive. Like,
Well, fuck.
get back on it. Do it animated. I don't give a shit.
I mean that,
If
and believe
if
it
the
or not,
puppets are
if
too
they would
expensive.
do a animated series kind of around this, I'd be way more into it.
Around
So-
Dark
That's
Crystal or
obvious.
around Stranger Things?
Both.
Or around Death Note?
Oh, Death Note's already animated.
An animated Death Note, that'd be lit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what? That should happen.
amazing.
We should do that as a dude. Look, man, we should do that as a watch club if it ever happens.
If we got an anime, we totally do a watch club for that.
We would all get notebooks and write our names in them.
Okay. So
Random
as of
11
writing,
just wants it to continue so badly, he'll take a puppet show at this point.
as of writing, further details regarding
Potter
each-
Potter
I mean, that's not far off from.
I'm light Yagami.
No, I
Okay,
think he means a
continue.
puppet. Okay, whatever. Of the Dark Crystal. Anyway, as of writing, further details regarding each production are currently unavailable. Notably, should the Duffer Brothers take on Death Note ever materialize, it will be the second such Western live-action adaptation of the manga following Netflix's infamous film. To that end, whether the Duffers can learn from the mistakes of the past remains to be seen. What do you make? I don't care about your question about that. So yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on there. And I'd like to address some chats real quick.
Well, hold on. I have more comments about this.
Okay.
First of all,
Yeah, hold on, chat.
We might be seeing a situation of the Game of Thrones thing, where the Game of Thrones showrunners were offered a deal with Star Wars, and they just shit the bed with the last season of Game of Thrones. Fuck it, we don't care.
I very
So-
much doubt that's going to occur in this situation.
Hopefully, season 5 of Stranger Things can hold up.
I would say that
Two-
the only reason that would occur is because they stretch themselves too thin with these 5 projects in addition to season 5 of Stranger Things.
That too, for sure.
Live action can never do stories like cartoon. Even mixing with CG feels so imaginary that there's no interaction with the actor that would seem to be real. I disagree. I personally liked this rendition of Death Note, not as a Death Note property necessarily. Like I there were aspects of it I had to distance myself from it being Death Note from. Like, for instance, I think it would have been better, as I've always said, if this character was not named Light and Lakeith Stanfield's character was not L, right? If you omitted them, this could have been a pretty solid adaptation. Ryuk was fantastic with Willem Dafoe as him and all that. Like, that was all great, and I think it was pretty grounded, the CG in it. So I disagree.
Totally Not Mark put out a video last week, I think it was last week, about Death Note, and he generally reads the manga, so he focuses it more on the manga side, but he did touch about the anime and how it differed, and I had thought it was always like pretty much 1-to-1 adaptation of the manga, but what he was saying was apparently after L dies, the whole thing with N
Spoiler.
and M or whatever the fuck they're
Mellow and
Yeah.
yeah. He said that the manga has more of that elaborated, like there's more of it. They condense it down in the anime. So I would be wondering if they are doing a series, are they going to be doing it like and adapting it 1-for-1 to the manga? Or are they going to be redoing the anime, or are they going to be doing their own thing?
They're gonna be doing their own thing. You can guarantee that.
Well, so I hope they watched my video. That's all I'm gonna say. My first impression on it, because I think that there's potential. There's a lot of potential for what they established with this one. That if they capitalize on that potential, could be pretty fucking fantastic, honestly. But
the other thing I was going to say just quickly is that I forgot about while I was talking is the original director came out and said after the first movie came out, the original director of the Netflix movie came out afterwards and said that Netflix was going to make a sequel with him that wasn't going to be a direct sequel. It was going to be like a rebooty sequel. So I assume he's gone now and he's not part of this anymore.
Probably.
I don't know if he's still working on that and this is separate or what's happening with that.
I don't know. Interesting.